Don't react, cut them off silently. You know, one of the hardest things we can do is to not react when someone mistreats us, disrespects us, or tries to diminish our worth. The urge to react is intense. We want to defend ourselves, set the record straight, maybe even lash out. But here's the truth, your power isn't in the reaction, your power is in silence. When you choose to cut someone off silently, you are not ignoring what happened, you are reclaiming your energy. You are saying, I see what's happening, but I refuse to engage. You are setting a boundary that says, I'm not available for this kind of treatment. And that is one of the strongest, most powerful things you can do. Why? Because reacting keeps you stuck in someone else's story. It pulls you into a cycle of conflict, drama, and hurt. When you react, you are giving that person power over your mental peace. But when you choose to respond with silence, when you decide to walk away without saying a word, you're telling them that I'm more worth than this argument. More than this argument and more than this situation. You're stepping into your own story. The one where you get to choose your energy. Now let me be clear. Cutting off someone silently isn't about being cold. It is or heartless. It's not about recognizing when a relationship, a situation, or conversation no longer serves your growth or well. It's about recognizing it's your responsibility to protect your peace. This doesn't mean we avoid hard conversations or shy away from conflict, but there's a difference between engaging in a difficult conversation and constantly being drawn into negative, toxic interactions. When someone consistently crosses your boundaries or diminishes your sense of self-worth, your silence speaks volumes. It says, I see what you're doing, but I'm not giving you the reaction you want. I'm not giving you access to my peace. Silence is powerful because it creates space for healing, for reflection, and for growth. When you stop reacting, you stop feeding the negativity. You're no longer adding fuel to the fire. Instead, you create an opportunity to refocus on what really matters, your own well-being, your own goals, and your own joy. Cutting someone off silently also allows you to maintain your dignity. Sometimes reacting can pull us down to a level where we don't feel proud of how we have responded. But when you choose to walk away without engaging in negativity, you keep your integrity intact. You remind yourself that your value isn't up for debate, and it's certainly not defined by someone else's behavior. And here's the thing, silence is a boundary. It's a way of protecting yourself. Without having to explain or justify, you don't own anyone, any explanation. It no longer serves you. You don't owe anyone a reaction to their attempts to disrupt your peace. When you choose silence, you're making a powerful statement about your worth. So the next time you feel that pull, the urge to defend, to react, to engage in something that drains you, pause, take a deep breath. Remind yourself that your energy is precious. You don't have to react to prove your worth. You don't have to engage in every battle that comes your way. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to walk away silently with your head held high. Knowing that your power lies in silence. Silence can be one of the most powerful tools you possess. Though we often underestimate its value, when someone mistreats you, challenges your boundaries, or even tries to provoke a reaction, the natural instinct is to respond, defend yourself, explain, or even retaliate. But reacting can hand over your emotional power to the other person. It places you in a cycle of drama and gives them control over how you feel and behave. In contrast, silence allows you to reclaim that power. By choosing not to react, you are showing that your peace is not negotiable and refuse to be drawn into any kind of a conflict or emotional turmoil that isn't your worth energy. In many ways, silence is a form of self-regulation. Instead of being emotionally reactive, you remain centered and choose to preserve your mental and emotional space. Silence is not passive, it's intentional. It doesn't mean you ignore disrespect or injustice, but rather you choose your battles wisely. You communicate that not every situation deserves your response. And not every person has access to your emotional energy. When you stop engaging in unnecessarily conflict, you send a clear message: my worth isn't up the debate. Allow anyone else to dictate my emotional energy. Silence can also lead to introspection. It creates room for clarity and thoughtfulness. When you're not reacting impulsively, you have the opportunity to process your emotions, understand the situation from a calmer perspective, and respond if needed, from a place of strength rather than reactivity. This helps you maintain control over your life and decisions. Ultimately, choosing silence is about holding on to your power. You decide whether your energy goes and what truly worth your time, and that act of restraint is a profound demonstration of self-respect. Silence therefore becomes a boundary, protecting you from being drained by negativity, while allowing you to stand tall in your sense of self. Dashworth, cutting someone off is about protecting your peace. When we talk about cutting someone off, it's not about shutting down communication for the sake of being harsh or dismissive. It is about recognizing when a relationship, interaction, or behavior is consistently toxic, draining, or harmful to your mental and emotional well being. Protecting your peace is an act of preservation. And self-respect is about making the conscious choice to remove yourself from situations or relationships that negatively impact you. We often hold on to relationships out of obligation, fear, or hope that things will get better. But when someone repeatedly disrespects your boundaries, manipulates your emotions, or diminishes your self-worth, the healthiest response is to step away. This can be incredibly difficult because cutting someone off doesn't always seem, or nor does it always feel like the kind thing to do. However, when someone consistently disrupts your peace, you must choose yourself even if it's uncomfortable. Choosing to cut someone off silently doesn't act in sometimes trying to engage in endless arguments or tempting to fix the relationship only keeps you trapped in a cycle of negativity. By cutting them off, you're saying, I'm no longer willing to invest my energy into something that isn't healthy for me. It's about prioritizing your emotional well being and understanding that you can't always change someone else's behavior, but you can change how much access they have to you. Protecting your peace also means creating space for growth, healing, and positive energy in your life. When you cut out toxic people or situations, you allow yourself the freedom to focus on what truly matters: your happiness, goals, and emotional health. You're no longer weighed down by constant conflict or manipulation, and this opens up space for healthier relationships. Most people experiences and personal growth. Additionally, cutting someone off doesn't always have to be bitter. Sometimes it's all about taking a break, setting clear boundaries, or stepping away temporarily so you can gain perspective and heal. The key is understanding your peace should be your priority, and maintaining that peace often requires removing yourself from situations that consistently cause harm or stress. In the end, protecting your peace is an act of self-love. It's a reminder that you deserve relationships and environments that nourish and uplift you, not ones that drain your energy or erode your sense of self-worth. Cutting someone off is not a sign of weakness or avoidance. It is a declaration that you are worthy of preserving your peace, and you won't allow anyone to compromise that do that. Silence is a boundary. Silence, though often misunderstood as passive or weak, is actually a powerful form of boundary setting. When you choose silence instead of reacting to negativity, disrespect, or manipulation, you're drawing a clearer line. I will not engage with behavior that diminishes my worth or peace. Silence communicates that worth sometimes cannot set its limit without the need for explanation or argument.